Good morning, traders. How are you doing today? Today is April 10th, 2025. Market opens in exactly 4 minutes or so. Let's start sharing our screen. All right, welcome. Welcome. QQQ pushed up very aggressively from 404 yesterday to 410 to 424, and then it broke that moving average right here and shot all the way up to 468. It's now hovering right at 456 early morning, below this moving average. So we're going to see if we get a sell-off this morning, or will this continue to push higher? Also, CPI reports and all that did come out, so we're going to share that with you all here today. Get our links spread around to our groups real quick. Hope you guys are all having a great day. All right, let our Discord members know, our Investing for Beginners community members know that we are live. I'll go ahead and put that CPI announcement in here. So breaking news, March CPI inflation falls to 2.4%, below expectations of 2.5%. Core CPI inflation falls to 2.8%, below expectations of 3%. This marks the second straight month decline in headline and core CPI inflation. Inflation has cooled down despite the trade war. Markets are still down 2.5% pre-market. So it is down today. Okay. Still selling off. So we're going to need to get this below 452 to be bearish. Or it needs to get above about 4. It needs to get back above the moving average, 460, 461. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today? Gonna be patient, wait for confirmation, and get in to a trade that makes sense. Looks like it is beginning to sell off slightly, which means SQQQ could be a great opportunity from these low levels. But we would hate to bet against the market, especially since the market is technically super bullish. Now yesterday, looking at the 1 hour, we can see this push right above it. On the 4 hour, it's getting rejected off of it. And I noticed this last night. So as long as it continues to get rejected, we can have a nice solid downtrend back to 400. Now this could also just be a fake out, could be a bear trap for the bulls, it could be a bull trap for the bears. All I know is we are going to be patient. Market opens in 1 minute. Market is open. Holy moly, what is it doing? Markets are open. We're going to see a drop today. Apple and Microsoft selling off. and Nvidia. We're going to see if this thing pumps today. See where the VIX is at. Okay. So I did learn when this is super high up, there's a lot of volatility. When it's super low, there's little volatility. Over 40, tremendous high volatility for the market, okay? So anything over this is high volatility. I did figure that out yesterday. But high volatility, high vola. Anything over 40. Here we go. Are we going to bounce off of this moving average on the 30-minute, or are we going to get below this? Tesla shares up 22% as Trump authorizes 90-day pause on tariffs. So that's basically what happened. They actually went about the pause on the tariffs. We're going to get on SQQQ, possibly. Remember, we got to get below like 452 and hold. It could also bounce right off this level here, okay? You see that EMA line? 45, 451.80. So we got to get below 451.80 if we're going to do anything. 451.80. That's a strong support right there. Apple recovering, Microsoft selling off, Nvidia recovering. Everything's trying to recover though. Whoa, Costco's up. Good morning. Good morning. I think we go TQQQ today, guys, honestly. Looks like it's bouncing right off of that moving average. No point in betting against the market, right? Here we go, pushing up. TQQ looking really nice at $49. I just know what to do now, right? Yesterday was the third biggest green day in market history. The third in market history. Biggest green day ever. So now I don't know. CPI came out looking like a false reversal here. And this could just continue to sell off too, okay? Direction is not in our favor right now. It is below the moving averages on the 5-minute. 30-minute, it's above. 1 hour, it's about to cross over. 4 hour, it's below it, right? And with history so far, it's been getting rejected off of that moving average. See, it's not going up or down. It's slowly going to trickle down is what I think. It doesn't have to. $451.89. $451.89. Okay, looks like it might be going up. Can you give me a recap of what you said the the start of the stream I was working on? Oh yeah, on CPI and all that. Yeah, I put it in the Discord for us. Let's see. It says main chat right here. So breaking news, March CPI falls to 2.4. So 0.1% worse. And then core CPI inflation falls to 2.8, so about 0.2% worse. This marks the second straight month decline in headline and core CPI inflation. Inflation has also cooled down despite the trade war, but markets are still down 2.5% today. Okay, that's pretty significant. They're down 2.5% and they're still selling off. So are we getting an SQQQ today if these begin to sell off more? Is that what you're talking about, Yokden? SPY falling. Yeah, we don't want this to be a bear trap though, right? It pumped up really nicely to sell off to potentially pump up some more, guys, okay? Like this pumped up for 2 days. This sold off and then pumped up. Whoa, I know you could do that. And then the days we think it's going to pump, it sells off. Or the day we think it's going to sell off, it pumps up. So usually it tends to do the opposite. Like this could sell off and then pump up. Look at that, right off of that moving average here. And it could pump up either 3% or it could sell off 3, 4, 5%, right? It can go up 5% or it can go down 5%. Thing is making sure we're in the right direction. This looks like it's going to recover now. Look at all this choppiness. It doesn't want to go lower. It wants to go up. But I could be wrong. SPY is dropping as well. On the 30-minute, it is somewhat below that moving average. Yeah, thanks. Was a bull trap yesterday. Or no, sorry, Tuesday. Yep. Tuesday was a bull trap. And we made some good money on that. That was a $500 day there on just a simple 50 shares, right? Because it moved $10. And then yesterday was a beautiful move for the bulls. So if we could figure out a way to trade both sides, get in when it goes up, see this consolidation before the break. That's what I was looking at yesterday. It was trailing along this line for quite some time. We thought it was going to push this way, and it pushed up the other way. And we lost money because of it. On this 1 minute here, we were watching this descending pattern yesterday, and we were hoping that it would pop up right here. It didn't. It came all the way down, popped up one more time, and then it got flushed, and it sold off and sold off. Now, of course, if it went the other way, if it would have held here or held here, we would have been able to get that nice momentum up. But yesterday was meant to sell off, or yesterday was meant to push up, you know, based off of news, and that's what's so sad about it. Okay, here we go. Still a descending pattern. 452.30. It's about to cross over that moving average. Again, we want to get below 451.82. 451.82. I think we're going to short the market again today. Yeah, I remember you talking about it yesterday, Yokton. You were going for the market, and you were right. You know, that's what I hate about trading sometimes is you could have a great trade plan and be off by a day or two or by an hour or two on your trade plan. You could be off by a week. Solid plan, wrong timing. Or you have perfect timing, but not the right plan. No, I don't think it works that way. It doesn't work that way. Direction is in my favor now. As soon as I say it, it starts to retrace. But do you see this, how it's above this moving average? It's above this moving average now, and it's slowly starting to push up. These are good signs of confirmation that, you know, for direction. But again, QQQ hasn't dropped below pre-market levels yet either. So we're just waiting for that drop. Once it gets below this, then it could drop because this is still technically bullish as well. At least for the moment. We could even bounce off of the moving average and push up. So we got some time to wait. We got some time to make a move. And there we go. It is selling off. We're going to buy SQQQ at 37. $37 right here. And again, right at that pre-market level. 451.80. All right, are we going to get that sell-off that we want? Or is this a bear trap? Buying another 10 shares at 37. Another 10 shares at 37. There we go. SPY. Selling off. Also testing that moving average too on the 1 hour. QQQ has not done that yet, so looks like it's going to break that support, and that would be great to see. Buying another 10 shares. at that little micro pullback here. Holding. QQQ slightly holding above EMA here. Once it dips below it, though, it's on. We're going to be getting some good selling pressure here. Next candle we flush. Yeah, that was insane, man. That move yesterday, if I went the other way, could have resulted in a $600 profit, even $800 profit yesterday. Just played the wrong end of it. Come on, get rejected. Numbers weren't necessarily good either, so. So we got like a 90-day pause on some tariffs, but doesn't really mean anything bigger picture, does it? Could go to 48 to 49 on the 4 hour. What am I looking at? QQQ. So we can go from 453 to 472. That'd be a $20 move, almost. So if this does begin to retrace, I'll have to get out of my SQQQ position. If QQQ does begin to recover. Just being patient here. Andre, no, nothing has changed. Yeah, I agree. Nothing's changed. But yet, how are we still bullish, right? Nice. Good job, Major. Yeah, now would be the time to start adding to those long-term portfolios, right? Now would be the time. Buy in those cheap stocks. Nvidia, I want to pick up Nvidia at $100, you know, even 90 or $83 would have been nice. I feel like that time's coming past, right? $83. I said it can get to $80 too. That's crazy. I thought it could get to $80 and it did. Also, Apple has a ton of Chinese Apple iPhone products. Like, the tariffs on iPhones are going to be insane. I don't know. Everything can try to recover and push up. It really could. Look at Costco. Costco pushed up. Tesla not looking so good today, down about 5%. T-Mobile up 1.5%. I believe Costco is holding up QQQ right now. SPY is not looking so good. SPY is still down. I'm hearing staples are doing well today, but not looking. There we go. I'm just going to add. Yeah, I'm going to add another 5. Why would I do a limit order? That's dumb. Well, that time done came and passed. It's going to buy down here at 36.50. Maybe not. Maybe we're not buying anything. Maybe we go down to TQQQ. Look at this green candle. Yep, looks like potential change in direction. Looks like markets may try to recover here. $36.50, it's right there at that price target I wanted. GM is down 4.66%, almost 5% today. Apple pushing up. Microsoft having trouble. Nvidia struggling to make newer highs. Amazon kind of flatline. AVGO selling off. Meta selling off. Netflix trying to hold above. Costco pushing up. Tesla selling off. Google trying to hold above. And T-Mobile, really nice push up there. Okay, here we go. Markets are selling off. A lot of choppiness today, huh, guys? A lot of choppiness. We just want this to sell off, get back below the moving average, so we can continue this nice selling pressure that we're getting here. It needs to get below that moving average. $4.45. It's right about 24 minutes since the market opened. Looks like it's not really bullish, but it's not really bearish either. It's just kind of consolidating. We need to break this support level. And if we break this support, there could be a huge downside and an opportunity to buy into SQQQ as it sells off, right? So if we can break this support, we can see some really nice profits today. Six times 4, 6, 12, 18, 24, 32. All right, here we go. Starting to sell off. Johnny, let's see. Not my thing. How you feeling, Johnny? I feel good, man. I feel good today. Yeah, how you feeling? Costco carrying? It's what it seems like. What's the 4-hour support price at for QQQ? 4-hour support? 4-hour support, I would say, is this 9 EMA. Possibly. Maybe even the moving average, 443. But I'm really looking at like 445. And then right here, 452. It's got to get below 452, and we'll get a pretty significant sell-off. Were you live trading when the chaos happened? No. Or I was trading, but it wasn't in my live stream. I ended the stream, was like an hour in, and then it happened, I think, an hour later. But yeah, I was watching. I participated in it, and took a big loss on SQQQ. 50 average, what's up? There we go, it's starting to go down. Right on time, right? You didn't miss nothing. The first 30 minutes is all about determining direction, and here we go. Direction, it looks like it's going to be bearish. CPI came in worse than expected. A couple reports came in worse than expected, so, you know, it's only expected for this to sell off. We're already in on SQQQ. But yeah, we took a big L on this one, guys. Like, these moves happen within like 5 minutes. It was insane how fast that move happened. I want this bad boy to drop. Yep, same. Drop hard, right? There it goes. 450. Look at that. We knew it was going to bounce yesterday. I thought it was going to bounce off of the 30-minute here. See how it bounced before? Bounce, bounce. I thought it was going to bounce, and that news came out right on time, and phew, it skyrocketed up, guys. That's when you need to be quick and have money to where you can exit out of a trade going against you and then get into the trade that's really going up, right? If you really do want to play both sides. Okay, we are now below that 45-day moving average on the 30 minutes. We're going to come down and test this hour. The hourly moving average at like 445. So we may see a lot of selling pressure to about 445. Which would be great for us. This can actually push up even higher. And I wanted to buy in at 33. I would have loved to buy in at 33, but I don't think I bought in at 33. All right, we're on the hour now. We are at 30 minutes since open. See if we get a change in direction or if this is going to continue to sell off. Looking like it's going to continue to sell off. Love to see it. NASDAQ down to 450 from highs of 468. So we are pushing up. We're up 1% right now. We're at a 36.98 cost basis. Would have been nice to be at 33. Been up 10% already, but like a 50% recovery, man, for this thing to really go back up to those levels. The market would have to sell off tremendously. But nonetheless, the markets are selling off. We're up $25 on the day, almost 2%. Okay, trying to hold at 449. Finding a little bit of support here. Yesterday's levels, about 449, 448. Possible recovery here, be careful. Adding another 5 to this. Okay, Apple's still selling off. We'll see what happens. Who was it? SOXL trader? I want to say Yokton mentioned it yesterday, but I could be wrong. Looks like markets are going to try to recover here. I believe so, yeah. 3 times leverage for the Dixon. That's what I was going to say too. You've been better off going long on like Nvidia for a day or two, couple days holding Nvidia. Come on. There we go. No? Really? Are we going to get a reversal here? Literally right off of that 9 EMA, right? That's what we were talking about. Well, EMA's at 440. Yeah, 449. That's pretty much right where it bounced. 449. 3 times on options, that would be insane. What would that be, like 300 times? 30 times? Wow, QQQ with a nice little reversal. This may actually recover. So I added the 9 EMA back in here. Yeah, that's true. It was fake news on Monday and then it became true yesterday. Trump probably saw the fake news and thought that'd be a great idea. It's all manipulation. It's all stock manipulation, anyways. Yeah, semiconductors are doing well, like Nvidia, AMD, companies like that. Especially with their Blackwell, their new Blackwell chip or something like that. Here we go. Markets are going down. Markets are continuing to sell off. In that panic upwards, I bought Nvidia and sold shortly after. Oh no. Yeah, I wanted to buy at 90, 100 yesterday. Could have bought 10 shares at 1,000 and made 150 bucks. Could have bought 20 shares at 2 grand and made $300 yesterday. So it's interesting when you see all these moves happening in the market. Still trying to find that support at 450. It's really trying to hold on to that. What is that? Friday pre-market levels? Friday pre-market levels before a huge push down and then a gap down. Still holding up. And it's dancing around 450. I think the move is coming soon. Yeah, unfortunately, we might be on the wrong side of the move again. Come back up and retest this again, maybe? It's below these moving averages. It needs to just keep coming down. If we can hold below 450, below 449, that'd be nice. Something's keeping it up above 450 though. People are buying at 450. It's a good deal. There we go. Okay, 449. Can we bull highlight 10 a.m. candle for every day? 10 a.m. candle? Yeah, 10 a.m. candle is this one right here, this tiny little one. Or wait. Well, it's not 10 yet. Well, it's 10 to you. It's only 8 here. I could do a vertical line, something like that. Costco versus the world. Yeah. Let's see. 10 a.m. candle here was right there. That's about the best I could probably do, Major. So that was our 10 a.m. candle right there, a tiny little red one. And that's our 10 a.m. candle now. There's a 10 a.m. candle in here, which is up here at 443. And let's look at that 10 a.m. candle here. Yeah, this one was significant. That one was a significant candle. So then you got something like this. Whoa. That's cool. 4, 7, 4, 8, 4, 9, 4, 10, all at 8. Up, up, down, up. Probably see down again. Automate it. I wish I knew how to automate it, man. I don't know if Weebull's that cool. That's interesting to see. 10 a.m. spike up. 10 a.m. breakout down. 10 a.m. push up. 10 a.m. push down. So I guess I'm seeing somewhat of that. Up $24. There's so much consolidation at 450. SQQQ is now up 10% on the day. It's officially up 10% on the day, and we are up 1%, almost 2. Should have been more confident about buying at these levels. I checked it like 6 times. It crossed over this. I should have bought here at 36, 35. You know, of course, 33s would have been nice. I didn't have the money to buy there yet. 35 would have been nice. 36. But hey, we got in at 37, so it is what it is. All right, guys. Well, the big players usually start playing at 10 a.m. too. Yeah, the day is young, guys. I'm going to get off the live stream now. I think 50 minutes is more than enough. We'll keep you up to date in the trade ideas the same way I did yesterday. And hopefully it turns out a little better for us today and we could lock in some profits. I do believe this can push up to maybe even $43, maybe even back up to highs of 48, but QQQ has to sell off to those 430 levels. 428 levels in order for us to see a significant profit here. Now, if it doesn't work out and we don't see the profit that we're looking for, this begins to reverse on us and QQQ begins to go up, then we're going to need to do a good job by managing our risk, getting out, and maybe even getting into TQQQ at $46, $47, $48. So then that way we're able to push up to those $53 highs and beyond, right? We don't want to miss our opportunity to go long, but we don't want to miss these great opportunities to be able to go short and make some decent money too. Okay, so yeah, hope with that said, you guys all have a great rest of your day, and we will see you all in tomorrow morning's live day trading session. Appreciate your time, and have a great day, guys.